Steve, I think we've all been there where we're stuck in a dream and you just can't wake up. Well, Dreamcore really aims to try and recreate that. This game is very bizarre, and unfortunately I can't not recommend this for everybody. This is for somebody though, so we're gonna get into that, but how about yourself?
Unfortunately for me, Scott, this is a not recommend. It is described as a psychological horror, and I found it more of a walking sim. As a walking sim, the idea is you have to try and escape from the dream, find a way out of a multitude of different mazes and corridors that do come across as endless. The issue I have is there is nothing to interact in this game. It is just walking and trying to find the way out. The other problem I had is the visuals for me. It looked good to start off with. It looked like it was a recording or live image, but then I found it was a bit more blurry, and after 30 minutes of playing I started getting a bit of motion sickness. And then when I went into settings, I actually found there's a setting on there called head bob, and I took that disengaged that, took that off. But honestly, Scott, it's still making me feel sick because of the blurriness and the way the visuals were on this game.
Oh yeah, you had given me a little bit of a warning on the head bob thing, and that was good, but I really wish it could have taken away the sound of the footsteps, because that's all you're going to hear in this. There is a little bit of some interesting music, some kind of big band, some kind of crooner music in the subdivision, but other than that, you're just hearing yourself left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, the whole game. And I have to echo what you said there. There's really nothing to interact with. At first, you might look at this game and think, okay, there's some puzzles. You had mentioned an escape room kind of idea, and that is the concept of the game. But when it comes to the actual puzzles, there really aren't any. Maybe some observational horror in the subdivision. For example, some of the lights turn on at night, but you're not really left with anything to do with that information. You just kind of find your path, pick where do you want to go, and kind of slowly discover what's going on. I found the dreamscape in the pools was really cool, where it did kind of hit that weird dream liminal space for me. I've been stuck in those kind of weird moments where I just need to wake up, but you cannot. And that game did actually hit me with that as you slowly work through the pool. But like you said, there's a bunch of things that pop up that are just kind of mysterious, and they don't really lead to anything exactly until you inevitably find a way to break the dream. It really doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to do or to really understand, and after the experience I'm still left with that same feeling. I've played both of these two. I'm very curious to see what the next 3 levels are, but I don't know if I'll be curious enough to put another game aside in favor of this one.
Yeah, and quickly touching on the last bit on about the pool one, is because it's just endless of walking along the edge of the pools, and you do get like big swimming pools in the middle of the map, so you can either take the long route and hit the clip clop going all the way around. You do actually get a slight sprint, but it's not very fast.
No running in the pool.
There's no running, but what that got me was you go into the pool, it's not deep at all. The water goes back knee height, and obviously you're now at a slower pace. You can't sprint through it, and you have to use the ladders to get out. You do get obviously a crouch button that I think I used once, and then it said I was actually coming to the red pool area, and I thought, great, something different. No, all it was the colour change from like a blue or green to a red walls, and it's the same thing, just endless corridors of trying to get out. When I checked out the Suburbia one, I thought something different. Again, this map didn't appeal to me at all. I thought there'll be a bit more involved in this one compared to the pools, and all I found was, the best way to describe it is you have trails that are made up from picket fences that take you to houses that when you go into the house, there's no furniture in it. You go up the stairs, you come down, go across the corridor, come down the stairs, and then there's 3 doors at the end, which basically what path you want to take to go to another house. And to me, that was all there was.
No, it really does try and push that liminal space, and it really tries to creep into your mind, and in my case it did work for the pool level. I think there's something that's going to speak to you, perhaps, but I just don't know if anybody's going to have the real patience to sit with this one.
Yeah, to me, it's lacking soul, character. You could have had a few more jump stuff in it, or something to interact a little bit more. And the other hindrance I didn't like as well about the controls is you actually have a zoom in option, zoom in and zoom out. And what was weird about it is, as you zoom in, it sounds like you're actually holding a camera, and you hear the little motor of the zoom lens going in and out, but you don't actually being told that you're carrying a camera.
No,
It just
no,
didn't make
there's
sense to me.
no story elements to it whatsoever. It would be a funny twist if it turns out we were a camera the whole time, but then again, why am I hearing footsteps?